So I was not going to make this video today, but I feel like this is now kind of out of control and is completely necessary, and I think as many of us need to speak about this topic as possible before it just continues to gradually get worse and ruin the economy of Black Ops 4 even more, and even the gameplay experience of the game itself. So as we all know, the other day the Days of Summer update came out and dropped a load of new items, dropped Grind as a map, Capture the Flag came back. I made an entire video on that. If you go watch that, that was the last video I posted. But the main thing we need to talk about is all the weapons that dropped in there. And I know I kind of touched on it in that video, all the other weapons. You know, you get the Vendetta on the Battle Pass, you can get the Galil for the Community Challenge, but the Locust, the Stingray, the Peacekeeper, the Ballistic Knife are all locked within the reserve crates. And it wasn't so much of an issue a couple days ago when they'd just come out, but it's now seriously becoming an issue that so many people are paying stupid amounts of money or just getting really, really lucky to get these weapons and are just taking them online as they're completely entitled to do, as they've paid for that content or earned it or whatever, and are completely slewing anyone that doesn't have that pay-to-win content. I've been trying to enjoy Grind for the past 2 days now, since it came out on the playlist, and I cannot do that because every single game I get into, I'm getting absolutely mashed to bits by Ballistic Knife players or the Peacekeeper, because for some reason that gun is allowed to 2 or 3 shot you at a ridiculous rate and is just better than any gun that's in the entirety of Black Ops 4. And it's stuff like this that is completely ruining the game, and we need to talk about it, or at least stand up for ourselves and against it before it completely ruins the game altogether, or it just gradually gets worse. So when I say that these things are ruining the game, I do not mean that the adding other weapons is ruining the game. Like, add all the weapons you want, give us more guns to play with, and of course we want them, and of course we'll use them. But when you make the guns so freaking overpowered that they break the game, and then you lock them behind a paywall, of course we're going to get angry, of course the community is going to have something to say about it. I mean, the Peacekeeper and everyone with it is bad enough, but you can akimbo the Ballistic Knife, and the new tactical rifle fires explosive rounds with its operator mod. Like, who on earth is seeing this on their desk at Treyarch or Activision offices, is saying, yeah, that's okay, and is not making it available to everyone through any sort of progression, but is instead locking it behind a potentially infinite paywall? And what disgusts me the most about this whole epidemic is that Treyarch knew the hype behind this new update was for these weapons, and they knew that all of us want them, and they have fully taken advantage of that by locking them up behind ridiculous RNG paywalls, then adding a ton of camos, weapon charms, and death effect that no one actually cares about or wants in the game, so that your chances of getting any of these new weapons are slim to none. And this is all just to further encourage paywalls, and overall is not only totally unfair on the majority of the community and its consumers, but is also just totally unacceptable. What mainly Activision have done, but also Treyarch, is not only horrifying, but it's also so damn frightening, because now that it's been done once, you can sure as hell expect them to do it again within this game, and you can probably expect that they'll do it in a larger quantity as well. Like, why couldn't this content be added into the progression system in game? Why couldn't we earn it via challenges, or why can't we earn it by playing like we can earn the Galil over the community challenge? Why did it have to be put into reserves? All the content we wanted has been filled behind a paywall for us to pay and pay and pay, because you can get it out of the reserves, yeah, I know you can get it out of that, and you can get it out of your weapon bribe as well, but the chances of that are pretty much slim to none. With all the content in the game now, you're probably only talking a 1 to 5% chance you're ever going to get that, unless you play that much that you receive every item in the game and you just re-roll them via the re-roll system in the reserves. This doesn't encourage gameplay, and it doesn't encourage progression, it just encourages them to make more and more money off of the community at this point. And this leads me on to the point I need to make for anyone watching this video, anyone playing Black Ops 4, any fresh players in the Black Ops 4 community, or anyone playing any form of game, especially Activision games, because they're currently so toxified by it, that's got some form of loot supply drop system in it. Stop feeding this form of microtransaction. You know, the blackjack shop, the Fortnite skin store, feed all that stuff. You can see what you're buying. It's in front of you. You know how much money you're spending, and all of that's fine. It's all cosmetic. It doesn't affect any in-game stuff, and for that reason, I'm completely okay with this, and I'm pretty sure the majority, if not everyone in the community, is fully okay with this. This pay-to-win supply drop system that has been just feeding and being toxic in the community for over 3 years now, since Black Ops 3, probably even before that, is just ruining games. Not just these games, but all sorts of games. They've tried sticking them in story games, not so much to the extent that they have an effect as Black Ops 4 or any multiplayer games, for instance, but they've tried sticking them wherever they can. We need to stop buying this stuff, because the more you buy it, the more you feed this system, the more reason you give Activision or any other games company delivering this sort of content to do it again and again and again. And we need to put a stop to it altogether if possible. Most loot box systems are a form of gambling. They are totally wrong, and they have plagued the gaming community for way too long now, and we need to make them disappear as fast as we possibly can. Like, do you remember when games were about delivering a totally amazing experience for the customer and not making billions on top of the already billions that they've made by the game's high sales? That's the sort of community we need to be pushing for, not this one that we're currently living in. A great example of this is Destiny. Bungie at E3 have just shown off that they're releasing a new DLC pack for Destiny 2. But they've also just revealed that they're going to make the entire base game, Destiny 2, free, and the whole first year of the expansions all free. Now that's great, and that's since they separated from Activision. Now what does that say to you, the consumer? What that says to me is that ever since they separated from this company, they are able to run the game the way they want, and they can stop trying to suck as much money out of the consumer as possible. And this DLC is going to be standalone. Like, you can buy this DLC and not have to have everything else in the past and play it. And that's great. Props to Bungie for doing this and for becoming their own company and running things the way they want to run things and thinking about the consumer more rather than lining their pockets as much as possible that Activision was probably pushing them to do. And we see this with the likes of Call of Duty not having a season pass next year and just having free DLC maps. But with all this reserve system currently in Black Ops 4, what's not to say that they'll do the exact same thing or try and push the exact same thing with Modern Warfare next year? I don't know, Infinity Ward might be able to fight that, but there is a big 50-50 on that entire idea now, just because of the way that they are currently running things in Black Ops 4. Probably not just to me, but to you as well. But altogether, all we can really do is sit back and watch the ever-growing gaming industry evolve and just hope that it comes back around to its consumer-friendly roots, rather than these aggressive microtransactions that have been hammering the industry for years now. So yeah guys, that's pretty much all I have to say on the topic, and that's pretty much been the video for the day. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and turn your post notifications on if you haven't already. All that stuff supports me in ways you wouldn't believe and continues to make me strive to keep producing good content, or great content for you guys, I hope anyway. If you're following me, go over to Twitter and follow me over there as well at Zephr Playing. Follow me on Twitch at Zephr Playing. I stream a little bit, not a lot. I did a stream yesterday. It'd be nice to see some people over that way. And if you guys need any cool grips for your controllers, thumbsticks, controller cases, even apparel, go over to fadegrips.store and use my code Zephr20 over there for 20% off any order you make. So yeah guys, thank you for watching the video. I love you all to bits, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.